Yo, it's your boy KB. Welcome to another episode of the Animates podcast. Joined by
Big Murks,
Tej,
and Ajola.
Obviously, we've just had a nice Christmas period and that. Hopefully everyone had a nice Christmas and a happy new year.
Whoop, whoop.
What are you lot saying or what you guys been watching?
yeah, man, Backy, Netflix.
Definitely.
I had to spin that a little just for you guys. I've only seen like episode 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
first
only
two
watched a couple.
episodes.
Yeah. Okay. With how'd you guys feel about the animation of Baki? Is it a win? Is it a loss? Like, how'd you guys feel?
It's
Good.
very clean, aesthetically pleasing, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's HD trash, fam.
Oi,
HTC.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
feel like
I don't know about
it's
that.
it's good, but it's
too
not
clean.
it's not fluid. It's just
Yeah.
it doesn't
Do you know what I
flow.
mean?
That's it.
I'll give it to KB there. It's not fluid. If any of you have watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it's basically that animation HD, but like this. I don't know. You'll see it if you watch it, but like when the characters like fight and move, it's almost like you can see the little cell guy being flipped on screen.
Oh,
It's just
mad
not
thing.
very
Yeah,
clean.
it's just
Yeah.
not clear, man.
It's
What
just
episode you
not
on
very
now?
clean. 2.5. So
word.
episode 3.
Yeah. Alright, so no more. I feel like when everyone gets to episode 3 next week,
Next
we'll-
week do a full review.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
full
next
review
week,
of the
detailed analysis.
first couple of episodes, first
Yeah.
3 episodes.
That
We'll
makes
go
sense.
into that. So
How
listeners,
many-
get ready. Next week, make sure you've watched at least 3 episodes, and then we'll be fine. We'll be
How
good.
many are out? 13 or
About-
26?
I'm not even too sure. Maybe
There's
13.
13 on Netflix, and then 26, you can watch the full, like, 26.
Oh,
online.
word.
Right,
So
right.
what
Netflix
Netflix are
being-
doing? Anyway, we'll find out next
Yeah,
week.
they're
And
being
then
slow
They'll
in-
probably, they'll probably break it up.
yeah, word.
Word. So
Yeah,
just
yeah,
check
yeah,
that out
that's
and then be ready for next week.
Say it.
Anything
Oh, man.
else? Anything else you guys been watching?
Avengers trailer.
Oh yeah.
Came
Endgame.
out. That looks
Oh,
like a
gosh.
mad thing.
How'd you guys feel about that?
I'm just...
Listen,
Gas.
if it was possible to book my ticket now,
You would.
yeah, there's no, listen, exams, all of that, it's not a problem. When that movie drops, I'm gonna be in the cinema.
I think that's
Any-
going to be a thing where I download both movies, you know, when it comes out HD.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
part
yeah,
one and
100,
part two
100,
to watch whenever you want.
Them
Yeah.
ones, them
That's
ones.
gonna
Yeah.
be the money.
Do we mind giving out Infinity War spoilers? I'm not gonna lie, you guys, you should have watched it by now.
Oh, yeah,
For
no,
part
you
1, or you mean for
Yeah,
Endgame?
Infinity War.
For-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
your
can't
own problem.
Yeah,
I don't
listen,
know.
I'm so mad that this guy said, he literally said it at the beginning of the movie, sit down and look up into the sunrise of a new world, and he got everything that he wanted. I don't know about how
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
it's a
felt
mad thing.
when you
I
left.
liked it, man. I liked it because like they gave us I think our first encounter with Thanos properly
Yeah.
was Guardians of the Galaxy. Viewers, mistake me if I'm wrong, because I feel like with Guardian when we got
Wasn't he in Avengers 1?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
swear
comes
he
at the
was
end,
in like
the post-credits.
You know, yeah,
it was.
post credits.
scenes. Okay, Avengers 1. You sure?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
see
Positive.
post credits. You only saw his
Positive.
hand though. You didn't see
No,
Thanos.
No, you see him
I
smiling.
saw
You see
him
him
on
So
the
which one did you
throne.
just see his hand?
I don't know.
I don't know which one that is.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Guardians of the Galaxy came out before. That's what I'm saying. Your first encounter with Thanos was Guardians of the Galaxy. That came out before Infinity War.
No, Avengers
No,
1.
like Avengers
Avengers
1.
1-1.
Yeah.
2012,
There
bro.
was like a post-credit scene where he was on, you know, the asteroid, and he was sitting
Yeah.
in the throne. When he was like deep purple, not the light skin thing that he is
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
like-
Mad thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just,
yeah.
I just
bro.
like how we've had Thanos from early Marvel movies,
Mm.
and you got a little glimpse. Then we got full showtime with him. He
Yeah.
deserves to get what he wants. To be honest.
Word.
It was a rat race. Have any of you seen like the original movie Rat Race, where they like a bunch of people, they're trying to get like this $1 million prize, so they're
It's the
trying
one
to.
with Mr. Bean in it.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one with
and
Whoopi
they all
Goldberg.
make their journey towards.
Yeah,
yeah.
this
I've
is
seen
why
that.
I liked this movie. It was like an intergalactic rat race, but for once, the heroes did not win. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the cinema cried when Peter Parker.
Bro,
got
the
dissolved.
amount of deaths in that was crazy.
Yeah,
fam.
it was peak.
Man.
But we know that not all of them are permanently dead. I just
coming
want to
back, man.
I
know
wonder
how they're
who's the
gonna tie it
permanent dead
in.
one. That's gonna
Yeah,
be an
word.
interesting
Yeah,
dynamic.
yeah, not gonna lie. There's some
Like-
people who I just don't know how their stories could feasibly continue in the Marvel
Mm.
universe, so that's gonna be interesting to see how
Alright,
they
cool.
continue.
I just deeped, yeah. Marvel is the Western anime giant.
It is.
I would say so.
It
Yeah.
is basically.
I would say so. Game of Thrones as well to some extent, because Game of Thrones, in my opinion, has the layout of an anime when you've got multiple different storylines going on.
Then film.
Yeah,
or book
yeah,
then
yeah.
Series.
Manga,
Same with
anime.
Comics,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
to film,
yeah.
manga to anime.
Mm.
Manga anime will get its time soon.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
it will get there. It'll get to that stage.
So what? Do you feel like the Japanese watch Marvel the same way we watch anime?
I believe so.
So they're like excited for. Actually, no, I guess comics are a bit
Bro.
dead, but they might watch comics the same way that we watch manga.
Read.
Yeah.
Read comics.
I'm
sorry.
pretty sure. Superman's
Apologies, yeah.
pretty big out there. Iron Man's pretty big out there.
Yeah.
Like Marvel's probably a big thing out there still, and
The
DC.
Japanese dub of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh yeah,
Spider-Verse
yeah,
trailer.
yeah, yeah.
When I heard it, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds very.
Word.
I can't front, it sounds very.
If you don't know what
Japanese.
you're talking about, you can check it out on the Animate's Twitter page as well. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
there.
yeah. Have you guys seen the movie yet though? 'Cause
Spider-Man Into the Universe.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I heard good stuff about it.
I'm
though.
going to see it on a weekend with my both my sisters.
Yeah.
I can't wait because it looks
Okay.
so good, and literally everyone I've spoken to has had like nothing bad to
Say
say
no
about
more.
it. So.
Just let us know the next recording, innit? How that
yeah,
goes.
defo, 100%. What have you guys been watching apart from Baki though?
Apart from Becky,
New stuff or rewatching old stuff?
no, I don't really rewatch old stuff, but
I love rewatching old stuff, bro.
Same.
That's
Yeah.
all I do
Can't
on
lie.
YouTube, fam.
Yeah.
Same,
YouTube.
I can't lie.
There's like 4 repeat scenes for me on One Piece that I always go back to, and that's when
What scenes?
number 1, Shanks bucks Whitebeard for the first time. He
Mhm.
sees Haki destroying his ship and that. Number 2, when Zoro tells everyone that whoever lets Usopp back, a man's leaving the crew.
was
Strong
a
scene.
mad-
Strong
that
scene.
was
Mad.
That's a
crazy,
strong scene,
fam. I
still.
love that scene.
That's
Whenever I'm feeling like in my feelings and that, man, will go back to the Nami one when the Arlong. No, don't go like
That's
that.
a
Don't move
Nami,
like
no.
that. Yeah. You man,
Man's talking about
you man,
East Blue
remember
time.
when?
My
Remember when Arlong told Nami, listen, if you get
Yeah, I remember.
million
This is where the
berries,
Drake
man,
music
I'll let
comes
you
in.
free. He come back. Nami was bare switching. She got a shanked up her arm. Luffy just took off his hat. He said, "This is his prize, by the way.
Right.
This like first 30 episodes, isn't it?"
Mm.
So he's like, "I never take off this hat. This is my treasure, innit?" And he took it off, put it to Nami. Sanji, Zoro, what's up? Let's roll. Them man did
Usopp,
that
you know.
roll thing.
That was
It
a
was
good
crazy.
Yeah,
Fam. I
it
love
was
that.
good. It was good. What was the last one? You said 4.
And the last one was with Usopp and Luffy, the fight, fam, and the Goren Mary. So basically,
Oh,
they
okay.
on YouTube they do this thing where they show you everything to do with the Goren Mary, innit? So the
Yeah,
last fight from
yeah.
Luffy, they're talking about going to the Mary. We're gonna continue to sell the seas. We're gonna continue to go on this adventure type thing.
Yeah.
And then Usopp's very upset, takes the Mary, fam, and the next thing you see Mary coming to save them.
Yeah, that was hard
crazy,
still.
fam. Those clips are
One of the
crazy.
scenes that I used to always go back to was in Hunter x Hunter, where you know when P2 first comes out of the Queen's stomach and she's
Yeah.
looking for beef,
Wow,
basically.
yeah.
She's trying to just look for war, and then Kite senses it from a mile
Bro,
away.
it shook up.
Yeah.
Bro, shook up.
What do they call it in the Hunter x Hunter?
N.
Nah, yeah, N.
Yeah.
And you feel it. Hers was like ranging, like.
It's the biggest of all the royal guards. Hers was the biggest,
Yeah.
and she just comes on, and then it's the fires
Whoa.
that when you see it all bulk up and that, and then she just
You
dashes
wouldn't know about that.
over.
You missed leg day like every.
You know
Nah.
what bit before that got me? You know when she caught that guy slipping, and then she
Oh,
started poking his head with the little needles, and he was explaining.
Oh
them to her.
yeah.
That was
yeah,
mad. Like,
yeah.
if you watch it, the music, the OST, everything
It's mad.
built
It's
up,
mad.
and you're like,
It's mad.
"Wow, this
And then
is
even at
crazy."
the end of the episode, where she's got Kite's head and she's
Yeah.
playing around with it,
Mad.
and he was like, she was
Wow,
like,
Oh yeah. And
Yeah,
he's lapping it.
yeah,
Nah,
he's
like-
like, he weren't that strong or something like that.
Nah, she never said that.
No, she said something like that.
Nah. She was like, there was a good fight, and then she was like, I'm gonna. She was like, oh, go get the rest of the body. We're gonna put it back on
Oh yeah,
ice.
possibly so.
She was like, oh, she wants to relive it or something like that.
Right.
I really would love to see that fight.
I feel like there's 2 ways to love anime. Yeah,
Mm.
to only remember the stuff you thought happened that you loved,
Mhm.
or to remember everything clearly and love it.
Right. Is
In
that
a
the same
sense
thing
that-
though?
In the sense that I haven't seen Shaman King for how many years,
Mhm.
and it's like I just remember Shaman King being sick, and like certain fights kind of really stand out. But if I were to watch it now and
Yeah,
watch
wouldn't be the
everything,
same.
it might have been a bit slower
Yeah.
as opposed to
Right.
memory.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was made for that period. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
What period?
As in, like, Shaman King, it was made for then.
Yeah.
So that's probably why. Do
I
you know
heard
what I
that.
mean? It's like, so what I'm trying to say is like, you know, this new style of anime
Yeah.
is for now.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just like the One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, the long form weekly,
Yeah.
that was for that period.
Definitely.
I don't think it would
definitely.
work the same now, if that makes sense.
People are too impatient.
Yeah.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember watching it when I was like
No,
6.
I actually
and
disagree.
I loved it.
Dragon Ball Z did that, and people loved it. Like the kids loved it, fam.
Yeah, no, it's
Dragon
true.
Ball
It's
Super
true.
did
It's
that,
true.
and like kind of flipped on its head. It came out every week, except that weeks that they're on sabbatical or whatever. And obviously, I got like 10-year-olds that I know that literally love Dragon Ball Super, and they love the whole weekly thing. Every Sunday at church, they're like, boom, this is what it is. School time, they know what it is. So I feel like that can never die. Now that I think about it,
I don't know, man.
It won't, but like
What,
the
the
shorter
weekly
shorter
releases.
sort of release date is schedule is like getting a lot more popular.
As in, like, it's still, to your point, it's like, it can still work, but that's not the time now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The time now is the short season stuff.
Yeah,
But I guess you can still run that format, but the newer format is the
like
house.
13 episodes.
Exactly,
In a season.
What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer weekly or?
I'm old school, man. I prefer the weekly mangas, weekly episodes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
me.
There's just something
then,
about
I don't
getting
like
something
I
on
don't
a
like this
regular
new
schedule.
season word, bruv. I prefer arcs. You get me? I'm on the
No,
age
but
of
they
arcs,
literally
man.
call it season 1,
Yeah.
I'm on
season
arc.
2.
I'm on arc.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
JoJo
Yeah.
has the
Saying,
arc.
since they
JoJo
changed
has
the arc
the
to
arc.
season.
But
Yeah.
usually
Just a
what
new
you hear is
generation shit.
season.
But yeah, no, we should go into our hot take,
Yep.
which this week's gonna be done by Murks.
Big Murks.
So yeah,
Alright,
bro.
let us know.
Listen.
What is it?
I'm going to give some spoilers first and foremost. So for you guys that haven't seen Kuroko no Basket, please pause this now. Go watch the best of Kuroko no Basket on YouTube if you don't care for it. But if you want to really indulge, go and watch Kuroko no Basket. Only 3 seasons. I believe around 20 episodes a season. Something like
25.
that. 25
Yeah,
episodes
around
a
that.
season.
Yeah.
It is...
It's great.
It's a great anime.
It's just great.
It's
like,
a great anime. Without further
man.
ado,
Let's get
without
into it.
further ado, this is the hot take. I am going to throw out a statement. My statement is Kuroko is the worst player to have on your team. Yep. And
You've already
let me land before
Alright,
you guys try to get at
we'll
me
let
in
him
the
land
DMs,
in his
yeah?
night slides. We'll let him land his night slides.
Kuroko is the worst person to have on your team if he is not assisted by another generation. Generation of
Generation of Miracles. Yeah.
Generation of Miracle. If he doesn't have a Generation of Miracle on his team,
So you're not
and you just
counting
have
anyone
him-
who's like uncrowned king level, anything like that.
I'll count on Crown King. That's how I got fast do that.
Okay.
I'm saying anybody that is not from the Generation of Miracles,
Mhm.
Kuroko is the worst person to have on your team. Yeah? So, given that statement is said,
Let me have.
what
I
is
don't wanna
the
ruin it.
top 3?
Yeah.
What are the top 3 members of the Generation of Miracles that you'd have on your team?
Cool. First of all, your statement, the series even shows that that's invalid because he had Kagami. He's not a member of the Generation of Miracles.
Okay.
And he won the league title or championship, whatever you want to call it,
Okay.
with Serene. And none of the generations were on that team.
Secondly,
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that. That's a good point. Yeah.
It's the greatest point you can
I
make.
mean,
No, it's not the greatest
it's
point.
the plot line
It's
of
not-
the
it's
show.
not the
like,
greatest
Plot line of the
Alright, cool. But now what you're forgetting, is I'm saying Midorima with Kagami would have won the title. I'm saying Kisei, I'm saying Kisei with Kagami would have won the title. And above all,
I don't think so.
you know who's above all? Let me ask you, who's above all?
I reckon Akashi and his
Bro,
Kuroko clone
cool. At
could
least
have
you
beat.
know Akashi's number 1. Yeah.
I don't think so.
All I'm saying is,
We're gonna have
although
to come back.
although
We're gonna have to
Kuroko
come
won
back.
I think
with
it's joint number
Kagami,
1.
it is not Kuroko, and that's my main point. Kisei and Kagami, killer. What's his name? Almine with Kagami win the league.
Not with Akashi there.
Not with Akashi. But all I'm saying is, your argument of Kuroko and Kagami winning the league, it doesn't go against my statement
Wait,
of
wait,
Kuroko's
hold
the
on.
worst
You
person to have on
said
your
that
team.
Kuroko is the worst person to have on your team if you don't have a Generation
Generation
of
of
Miracles
Miracles,
level
yeah.
player. But hold on a regular team, like let's say all the regular people from Seirin, for example.
Yeah.
If you add someone like Kuroko onto the team, like this is like base level season 1
Okay.
Croco onto a regular ass basketball team. Someone
What-
who has the ability
okay,
to steal
whatever-
and
what-
pass the way that
yeah.
you can. You're gonna tell me that's not gonna be an instant level up to any team that you put him on,
100%.
What you guys are forgetting, yeah, is
regardless of the fact that he
Croco
has a
is
time
going
limit.
to make a massive influence on whatever team.
Yeah,
Keep that same energy. Put any other generation there. They're doing same as Croco, if not better. That's all I'm saying. Mutsukibara. If you had him with Kagami, get out of here. Leave it out.
are they actually gonna cooperate? Though?
Bro, it doesn't
That's a
matter.
good point.
It don't matter.
It does.
Mutsukibara will still have a bigger impact than Croco.
Okay, what's your initial hot take question? The best 3 to have.
The top 3 to have on your team. Because, again, your
Who do you think
argument
that is?
still goes back to with Kagami. I think, I don't know. I don't get to the film yet because the film says it all. The film
Yeah,
gives
and
it
I-
away.
bro, I
No, bro. I don't want to hear it right
I've
now.
seen the film though, bro.
Bro, the
you know
film,
it's filler.
I don't care.
That's-
Bro, I don't care.
How can you argue with filler?
Alright, cool. So the question is, I'm going to post to you officially is, out of the generation of miracles, what is the top 3 members to have on any team, given that they can't be on the same team?
What's your answer?
First and foremost, yeah, I need to quickly fill in Sam, innit?
Yeah.
Sam,
Wait, how many episodes of Kuroko no Basket? Because-
75.
And it's done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's done.
So
3 seasons, 25. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll give it a go.
So just a run over,
And
yeah.
there's movies as well.
You got six members, 5 official members,
and then one phantom. Man.
and 1 phantom member. So 1 side man. So do you know like
a bench done.
a bench brother? Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Cool.
That's to the side, man.
So
Oh, the disrespect.
these man is basically the underdog being the best.
Yeah.
So the underdog being Croco, that's the main guy,
Yeah.
and that's the character that KB and Ads is arguing.
So
That
is
the
he the
best way to
phantom guy?
have. He's
Yeah.
the guy that he's a shadow and he makes the light shine even brighter. So he's an assistive person.
Oh, okay.
To be
cool.
clear,
Yeah.
my argument's Akashi and Kuroko, those 2. Because that's what Akashi kind of represents at the end. He needed a person that copied Kuroko on his team.
Yeah.
Literally, the anime is showing you that. So that's why I always say Kuroko, because obviously Kuroko is better than the actual copy. Much better. So I'm saying the best 2 is Kuroko and Akashi. They're joint number 1.
Okay, disagree,
That's the
but
argument.
Sam, basically, yeah, Kuroko, he's the
He's
fan.
shut you down quick.
What's the rebuttal? What's
He
the
was like,
rebuttal?
Bro,
What's the reason why?
The reason why Atashi Akashi
Mm.
wanted a member like Kuroko is purely because he's the person that found him in the Generation of Miracles. His power, which was to say could be one of the most useful powers among the Generation of Miracles, which is why my previous statement was Kuroko on a normal team. So he saw the impact of Kuroko on a Generation of Miracles level. I'm saying on a normal level, that power doesn't stand, and that's why
How?
you could see why.
What do you mean?
What do you mean on a normal level?
On a normal-
Misdirection is not an
on
extremely useful
a normal
power.
level, we know Kisei will mash up all of them. We know Mutsukibara will mash up all of them. We know Midorima will mash up all of them, and those are 3 of not the top tier. So you can
They're
see
still
what I'm
top
saying
tier,
that,
though.
but you can see how at every point we've seen a Generation of Miracles do a lot more than Kuroko. And don't forget, it's Kagami, not Kuroko, that puts him beyond. So now you have
It's a combination, bro.
bro, but now I'm saying have them with Kisei, have Kagami with Kisei, have Kagami with Amine, have Kagami with Mutsukibara, and you're getting a better you're getting on.
The rebuttal to that is
Because
yeah.
the only thing
Who
is
do you
you can't see Kuroko without Kagami. You're seeing a duo doing a
think-
madness.
You
You
can,
can.
bro. And that's what my point is.
Alright, cool.
Look at Akashi.
Give me an example. Of,
Akashi, bro. It's like the anime shows you.
Yeah.
Akashi had all the generations of miracles. He's played with them for years.
Mm-hmm.
The one person he chose to replicate for his team to become the best was Kuroko.
and I'm gonna go back to my statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is to play with another member of the Generation of Miracles.
So is,
So
is-
I've literally said this like 3 times, and you're just going back and
No,
forth.
but your
Basically,
point doesn't make sense.
My point is the reason why
Yeah.
Akashi wanted him on his team
Yes.
was because he knew Kuroko will make Akashi better or make Akashi's team better because
Okay.
Akashi is on it.
Okay.
If Akashi, a Generation Miracle, is not on that team,
Yeah. But then what destroys that point is look at Kagami. He's not even from the generation, and Kuroko was with him.
yeah.
So that just answers the question what you just said.
But if Kisei was Kagami, gonna get a madness.
Sorry. I just said Kisei. I meant Kagami. He's not from the generations, but Kuroko was with him. He won. Akashi could choose anyone from the generation. He chose to replicate Kuroko. There you go. The two teams that has a Kuroko archetype character gets to the final. There's not a great argument in that, bro.
Your argument is like it goes against my statement, and I thought about that statement before I said it.
All
and that statement is
all up. One moment, please. If we just the thing with each of the Generation of Miracles, yes, they're like overwhelmingly powerful in their separate areas, but you can shut them down. For example, Midorima, if you don't allow him to get the ball, there's no way for him to be like the whole entire court is my range and toss the ball if he doesn't get it in the first place.
okay.
Someone like Kuroko with misdirection, if he does not allow the ball to get to Midorima, for example, on an ordinary ass team, you could easily shut him down. It could happen. He's an extremely useful power, so you can't say that. Oh no, he's the worst.
He's useful.
Yeah, but he's not.
Saying
I
he's
wouldn't
the worst
say
person to have on an ordinary team.
How?
Because we've seen what Midorima done with an ordinary team. We've seen what Kisei's done with an ordinary team, and we've seen what Kuroko's done with an ordinary team. Yeah, I'm saying the reason why Kuroko got a lot further is because he had a really good person like Kagami. So now all I'm saying is switch Kuroko with Kisei, switch Kuroko with Amine, switch Kuroko with Mutsukibara, and I'm saying you're getting a better game with any other person but Kuroko. I'm saying Kuroko makes Kagami sick. Cool, that's what he's intended to do. Kuroko makes Amine sick. That's what he's intended to do. But I'm saying at the end of that film, when they're facing people of the same caliber or even better, yeah, Kuroko was benched for
Filler.
3/4. I don't want to hear filler.
It's not
bro.
made by the mangaka. Gee, it's a movie.
Come get some valid. Someone verify that for me.
Murks,
please.
yeah. I used to think like the way you thought, yeah.
Someone
But
verify that for me.
Then I deeped everything, yeah, because I deeped. People confusing, because okay, bear in mind. Okay, let me chat to you, Sam, yeah, because obviously you don't know. Basically, the name of the anime is called Kuroko no Basket, yeah.
Kuroko's basketball.
Kuroko's basketball. This Kuroko is the sixth member. He's the Phantom, basically. He's the bench guy.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of the anime. So as the anime goes on, he becomes better and better and better. He's learning himself. He's learning new skills. He learns how to shoot. He learns his misdirection. He's understanding more about his abilities,
the laser pass
flaws,
that he just
thingy.
did
So
like that.
come to the end of the series, yeah, of the anime called Kuroko's No Basketball, yeah, and it clicked to me because when you see Akashi, of all the people, the generations he chose to replicate Kuroko in his team. So it shows you Kuroko has actually progressed. And now, if he was to actually be a part of this team, that same Kuroko from the beginning that used to be bench, he's no longer the bench warmer at the end of the series that wins the championship.
Yeah.
Is he the best player at the end?
No.
Okay, it's up to perspective, but
Cool.
I simply do believe he is because
He can
one, he
compete
won the
with them at
tournament
least.
without a Generation of Miracle, and two, the best player in a Generation of Miracle replicated a player that's let Kuroko in his team. He got
cool.
someone exactly like him.
Yeah.
And with those
I
arguments,
can negate that
that's
whole
why I
Akashi
put that
getting
force.
getting a player just like Kuroko. Yeah, the reason why Akashi got a player just like Kuroko because he had every other player already. You got a player as big as Mutsukibara, as strong, that big black guy. You got your 3-point shooter who shoots like Midorima. You got your person like Almine who does that dribble with 4 fingers. No, he could dribble with 5 fingers.
Formless play.
That
You know
doesn't
what I
make
mean?
sense, actually.
Wait. You got the rest of the generation of miracles, yeah, that could do everything else. Of course, you're gonna get nobody.
Numbers wise, that won't make sense. Because if you've got every other member of the Generation of Miracles, that means you would bench the Kuroko archetype.
Okay. When did go back and watch when the Kuroko archetype actually came onto the field?
Bro, all I'm saying, he was
He didn't play
necessary
full
to
game.
win.
No,
He
didn't win.
Okay.
And he wasn't necessary to win.
okay.
Do you know he was necessary
For
to win?
Akashi to get to the
First of
final.
all, he got destroyed. Now that I think about it, he got destroyed. So Kuroko's lookalike got destroyed so easily. Do you know why? Because it was like Kuroko was getting banged up for saying, "Oh, you've become too apparent." Because do you know how, as Kuroko no Basket progresses, the main character Kuroko, he wants to be better. And by being better, he thought being better was learning more moves, being more apparent on the field. But that takes away from his true ability.
Misdirection.
Yeah? And that's why the lookalike seems to be better than Kuroko. because the lookalike was just doing what he's meant to be doing, which is nothing. Deep hit. Your play, like, you have to be so sick to have a player on the field to do nothing. That's the main purpose of Kroko.
So he literally does nothing.
So Kroko's
No, no, no,
purpose.
it doesn't
Wait,
work.
no, wait,
No,
let me
no,
land.
no,
Let me
no,
don't
no,
know.
no.
Can you stop?
He's-
Don't listen to
he's-
these brothers.
He's
Ads, can you stop, please?
He's
Ads,
misinterpreting
can
it.
you
to
stop,
do
please?
nothing
Ads, can you
is
stop,
not
please?
the way that
Ads,
he's.
can you please stop?
Oh my
does
god!
nothing.
Wait, Kev, can you
Blood of
stop?
Jesus.
Can you man
Land,
stop? Wait,
land,
alright,
land,
cool.
land.
This is what I'm telling you, TJ. The basis of this power is not to be noticed on the court. What's the best way of not being noticed on the court?
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing. So he's basically the wholeness of his power is to not be noticed on the court and come out and do those mad little stills. Come out of nowhere, do those mad little takes. Do you know what I mean? So if you have a basic team, would you really need a guy that does nothing? I'm saying the reason why Kroko is so sick at doing nothing, because he's doing nothing on a sick team. So when they actually need him to come out and pop the ball, he does that. When they need him to come and do something like little nippy, he does that. But he's not the one scoring baskets. If you don't have someone that can score baskets, what's the use of having a Kroko on your team? Tell me. I said he's the worst person to have on a team that doesn't have a generation of miracles. So if you have him on an average team, and you don't have shooters on that team, you don't have scorers on that team, is he useful to that team for passing? No. That's what I'm telling you.
Who's your top three though? Because that's your question.
Motisuki Bara, for me, is third.
Okay.
Kisei is second.
Okay.
And Akashi is first.
Okay. Who's yours, Ads?
Kisei, purely for the fact that he's like an extremely good at copying whatever he sees, and at some point he may be able to surpass the original. So Kisei, Akashi has to be on there, and then Midorima.
Whoa. Fair enough. That's your opinion.
I'm just gonna for the range. I'm just
to
gonna
be
say
honest, I
Midorima.
can't lie. He's actually my favorite. Do you know what I mean? He's my
Yeah.
favorite. But objectively, he's not levels. But I do like him the most though. But fair enough. If that's your top three, then that's yours. Mine is third Kisei, simply because his perfect copy. He can't maintain it for a full game.
Yeah.
2, I'd put Akashi because.
Yeah, by the way.
Say it again.
I just can't keep it a full game yet.
Yeah. Akashi number 2, and I'd feel like number 1. Personally, I feel like Kuroko because you know how animes are. They always start off the weakest, and by the end of the series, they become the main guy. That's how I interpret it anyway.
Cool.
So that's why he's number
Has
1
the
to me.
anime finished
Yes, anime's
Yeah.
finished
completely?
completely.
Yeah.
Even the manga as well. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's been other movies and spin-offs afterwards though.
Yeah.
Cool,
That
cool,
that
cool.
the main Mangeki had input in.
No, he didn't.
No
It's
input.
A movie,
Allow
bro.
it. Allow. So
Bro, he
me-
gives the green. It's like GT. Akira Toriyama gives the green light for it, but anything that happens in it, that's not him. Do you know what I mean?
It's not fair to say. GT.
It's a movie, yeah. Someone buys the rights,
Mhm.
yeah. He gives the rights to them, and they do whatever they want, provided it's within the confines of the actual anime.
Everything that I've seen in that movie, there's been nothing that suggests that any external abilities have been added. Any
Of course, because you still got to make it realistic.
bro. So I'm saying if you're still within the parameters of Kuroko no Basket, everything still stands. The same ability still stands.
Bro, filler though, my guy. Real talk. If it's not from the manga, canonically from the manga material,
I don't
It's
even
filler.
need the movie to justify this, innit? But viewers, as you've heard this kind of breakdown of how I think Kroko's broken down, do you feel like his character even supports him being the best? Because his character is all about him misdirecting. It's about him losing his presence on the court. And there's no way you can lose your presence on a court and be the best player on that court. It just doesn't make sense to me. Especially if you don't have someone who's very, very sick on that court to assist you. So, for example, you had Kagami, who had mad jumping abilities. It's the same way that if he wasn't there, Kagami could still go zone. Kagami could still do mad plays with all other generational miracles. Kagami could go into deeper second zone with Akashi. He could go into zone 1, and Amine and Kagami could both be in zone, which you've seen from the movies. He could go in zone with Kisei, which we've seen. And he could go in zone with Motisuki Bara. All of them could go zone except Kuroko no Basket. Like
Midorima
Kuroko.
can't.
So, huh?
the green head guy can't. His
Yeah,
generation of
yeah,
miracle.
yeah. We haven't seen him been able to, but honestly, for me, he's the lowest, isn't it? Like,
But
he's
yeah.
the lowest. So
But yeah, guys, you let us know who because your question was top 3 are, and yeah, in your ranking.
top 3, yeah.
Top
yeah.
3.
And actually, if you
then
disagree
just
with the statement, my statement was Croco no Basket is the worst player to have on your team in a team that doesn't include any generation of miracles.
Cool. So let us know on the Twitter or the Instagram.
100%.
So I feel like we're now gonna go into the main topic, which is plot twists within anime. Do you want to kick this off, Ads?
And there have been several. So for me, I'm guessing the rest of you guys wouldn't have seen this one. It's like a
All right, let's make this interesting, yeah?
Yeah.
Because like we're here, we might as well just debate it, innit? We'll all say one,
yeah. Well,
and then we'll all kind of just not rank it, but we'll say who's better than the others, even though it's subjective, and I understand that.
Say no
this section
Yeah?
is gonna be spoiler heavy.
Oh,
So
100%.
yeah, for you guys who don't want spoilers, you might want to skip this entire section. I'm not gonna lie, because there's no point us going into the plot twist if we don't give details. So if you don't want this section, I'm not gonna lie, skip ahead right here. But for those of you who haven't seen it, and I'm guessing these 3 random haven't seen it either, there's this anime called Puella Madoka Magica. Can't remember if that's the full title. It's 12 episodes. You'd think it's just like your standard basic ass Sailor Moon magical girl type of shit, and I think it's about episode 7. So there's this like cat who goes around to all of these schoolgirls and says, "Oh, do you want to become a magical girl? Can grant your wish, give you magical powers." They basically have to battle witches in their own like little semi-permanent dimension, kill them and like absorb their despair, whatever. What the cat doesn't tell them is as they kill all of these witches and absorb all of like the excess energy, it then turns them into the witches that they are hunting. And it was like episode 7 where this girl who's basically killed her friend, gone through torture, seen her other friend like absolutely destroyed, finds out that she's now turning into basically the worst thing possible on this earth, and she will become the most powerful witch in existence. And the way they just dropped it at the end of episode 7, I'm pretty sure every single person who saw it was like, what's the actual fight? I'm cussing out this cat Kobe for months.
Yeah,
It was the only thing
mad.
I was seeing on the TL for months. Like, oh, how could they do that? It's disrespectful. Da, 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 da.
What's the name of the anime called?
Puella Madoka Magica. It's like 12
Puella
episodes.
Madoka Magica. Say no more.
What does it translate to in English?
The cat lady that whispers to people, smunk, you young girls, and stuff like that.
Is that actually?
Is it?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I studied Japanese at uni, innit?
Okay.
Why am I laughing?
Say no more, man.
Yeah, but the cat is like an incubator. So his job is basically
What is an incubator?
Yeah,
So he
his-
puts the girls inside the.
his job is like to spit out the little.
This sounds like some.
It sounds hinky, but I'm not gonna lie. If you watch it, like you'd understand. It's mad. Like when the plot twist happened, I was just sitting there. I watched it on my phone on Crunchyroll. I was sitting there for a good 30 minutes after it ended. Like, no, they didn't just disrespect this girl. Like,
Swear down.
yeah, it was peak. I'm not gonna lie.
You
It
might
was
have to
peak.
come next week with that review then. Still,
Yeah.
car.
There have been movies, and the thing is, like, this show was so good. It didn't have a manga to base it off of. It just came out of nowhere, and they wrote the manga after the show.
They wrote the manga after the show.
They wrote it after the show. Like,
That is
the
like-
show came first.
that is
they wrote the
crazy.
manga. Then games came out. Multiple movies came out, and it turned into like a massive franchise. That's when you know it's good, when it didn't even need supporting material to bring it into existence.
Raw.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But anyway, one of you guys.
After I had Incubator, I was like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
this is a different type of
The
anime.
way-
That's a plot twist in itself, bro.
the way his face just switched when I said English. But yeah.
Murks,
You
we
guys.
saying?
Actually, I can't give any plot twist to the number 1 anime in the world at the moment, which is One Piece, because
Okay.
Why?
Why not?
it's not finished yet.
Oh, is it because there's none?
No, it's
Oh.
not finished yet. It's not finished yet. Because actually, I could give a dead
Oh.
plot. I could give a
What's the plot
double
twist?
plot twist for
Yeah, go on,
Naruto,
man.
but I don't want
Wait,
to.
what's
Do you
One
know
Piece
what I
plot
mean?
twist?
I can't give it to you yet. But there's
So there's not been any plot twist in the anime.
No,
Over
no,
1,000
there-
eps.
no. There've been plot twists, but it's not like the whole plot story. It's like art plots.
Nah, just-
Do you know
it
what I
doesn't
mean?
affect the whole
it doesn't
story.
affect the whole
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's
get
not
I
that
hear
deep.
what
I'm talking about the whole plot. So the whole plot twist would be like the Gorosei were doing something mad, or like the Do you know what I mean?
That's
or,
not plot-
or,
we
or,
know that
or
though.
Shanks. No. I mean, we don't know what the Gorosei are doing.
True, but we know it's not good unless it's a plot
Not necessarily.
twist.
So, like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whatever they're doing could be a plot twist.
What about
They
Ace
could've-
dying?
Ace dying. I don't think that was a plot twist.
Don't think so.
I think that was necessary.
You could
Yeah,
say
it was,
you
it
could
was a
say
plot twist because it was-
Blackbeard taking a second fruit plot twist
No.
because it's implied you can only have one, and all of a
True.
sudden
Yeah.
gets two.
But
plot
I don't.
twist.
But does that really make the plot of the whole One Piece?
Yeah. Knowing you
plot.
can have multiple fruits.
No.
This is a slight of a plot
Do you
twist.
No,
think
I
you know?
feel
Luffy will
like
get
that's a
multiple
character
fruits now?
twist. Do you know what I mean?
Could be.
It was a character twist as opposed to a plot twist.
No, because it
No, but
affects the
isn't
whole
that-
plot.
Yeah, like isn't that like common worldwide information that you can only have
Have
one
one.
fruit,
No,
and
no,
then
no.
all
I
of a
feel- I
sudden
feel like
someone
what-
has
what-
two.
what-
It's like what the
What
hell?
plot twist is if two, one, then two, then three, then 10 people could change their fruit. Could have more than one fruit.
Bro, he's
That's
shown
plot
that.
twist. No,
In-
no. There's
Oh,
only
okay.
one person, which is
No.
Blackbeard.
You've not been reading the manga, bro.
Up to date when?
Gee, Blackbeard gave the fruits to everyone else in his crew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
so
we only have
everyone
more
in
than
his
one?
crew has
Bro,
a fruit
people have
now.
got more than one fruits in his crew
Mm.
What,
because
they
of
have
him.
more than one now
Yeah,
each.
bro, a few of them.
Like
Bro,
ha-
you not
Have
been
they
reading?
displayed it?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. I ain't seen that.
Alright, say no more. Say no more. Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers. Apologies for One Piece heads. One Piece is the
Big
number one.
I'm not up to date for one reason, and that's one reason. Because I want to go
You
back.
live in my best
and-
life.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I want to go back and take everything in its entirety, fam.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what I did, I skipped like very, very fast through Big Mom arc
To get up.
just to
Yeah,
get up to
yeah.
date. Do you know what I mean?
Fairs,
Mm.
fairs.
And then once I got up to date and I saw Kid and Luffy in jail, it was kind of like I can't really appreciate anything
Prior.
prior to Zoro. Like even at Zoro, there's some gems there that I didn't really. I just kind of gem, but I kind of just read it real quick to get up to date.
So you want to appreciate it more, or in a
Maybe I'm
sense?
not appreciating One Piece at the moment. I don't know. Anyway,
We told you that like how many episodes ago?
no, like we're not doing that on this podcast.
Okay.
We're really not doing that on this
It's done.
podcast. There's no One Piece slander on this podcast.
Mm.
No, for me, one reason I want to give it to now that I know that more people could have devil fruits. That's a bit crazy. That might even that could possibly go up there for me then, given that it's more than just Blackbeard. Because at first I thought it's just Blackbeard. He's an anomaly.
Mm.
But now that it's not an anomaly, now that it's a proper plot twist, it's kind of like
Information
yo.
that
yeah.
can have a
But-
significant effect
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the world.
And honestly, I'm one of those people that I can only appreciate this plot twist because this is a plot twist that's been working on since episode 1. You're on episode 900 and something now, so that's why the plot is so much more impactful. Do you know what I mean? So I guess it's good and bad in the sense that it's a plot twist that takes 900 episodes to have any sort of weight,
Mm.
but it's still a really good plot twist.
Did you have another one in mind, or
Yeah, I
just
was
gonna
gonna say,
run in with that one?
I could say Bleach in it. I didn't want to take it from that one in it. Eisen.
I
Say
don't
no
know,
more.
man, makes sense.
TJ?
This may not be a plot twist, but when I read it or watched it, in fact, I was saying read, yeah, it shocked me, innit? So mine's coming from Death Note
Okay.
when L died.
Plot twist.
That was a
L
plot twist
died.
for you.
Like because like I expected it like the two main characters and they'll battle toward
To
all the
the
way
end,
to the end
because that's
you
what's
know?
the standard.
And then he won, and then like
I
so
feel
it
you.
was a plot twist because like
yeah,
because that was his main his nemesis.
But
you
that
could
was
say.
his objective though. If Light's the main character,
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
and foremost, and his objective was to take out take out L.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the thing.
So-
Like, did you expect L to die midway?
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I
He didn't.
didn't.
Like,
yeah,
you-
well, if
Who
you look
did
at
you
if
like
look at
more,
Death Note
L or
as
Light?
midway when L dies,
Because
then
my
yeah.
little sister is a light stan, and I've never understood it.
I don't know, man. It's difficult. I like Light.
It's,
Like, I
yeah,
really
yeah,
like
yeah,
Light.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's
Light is
surprising.
like, obviously he started going mad with it. But
I can appreciate his
When did-
character, but I was always rooting for L. So
When
when
did
L
Light become
died,
the
I'm not
bad
gonna
guy?
lie, I was
Mm.
upset.
Episode 1.
No.
when did what?
No. Light was definitely not a bad guy episode.
No, he wasn't that
Yeah.
bad. Oh,
No,
even
he-
killing
he was
someone in general
misguided.
is
When
bad.
you kill someone,
Yeah, it's
whether
bad.
you think they're bad or not,
No, no,
Doesn't
no.
No, but at
give
the
you the
time,
right
he's
to
killing
kill.
criminals.
doesn't matter.
He was
Doesn't give him the right to kill
misguided. He was
criminals.
misguided, but I wouldn't say
Doesn't
he was
matter.
bad. When he started going ham with, you know, the
Yeah,
scene,
yeah.
I'll take a chip
He
and
went
eat it,
ham.
that bit, he was
I
off
think you're
the chain.
forgetting.
He was off the
Before
chain.
Ryuk came, yeah, this guy killed over 100 criminals. He was going crazy with the book, and then Ryuk was surprised that he's used it this much when he just met him.
When he originally
Wait, he
knocked
never
off
met
that
Ryuk
first
straight away?
guy.
No,
No, he
he had
didn't.
the book for a couple of days.
Yeah, he had the book for a little bit before
And
that
he
guy
wrote
just appeared.
bare names.
When it's
I remember
Fair.
because he killed the criminal on TV, innit?
Yeah.
It was
From
before
there, you're a
that
bad guy,
bit.
in my opinion.
It was before that bit when he started going ham with the names. When he
Yeah.
originally first knocked off that one guy to test it out, because remember, his whole life, all of his family are technically involved in the justice system. So if you think about it, like my dad, he was involved with the NHS for a long time and he used to bring his work home to a certain extent. There are some things you're not meant to see, but you hear about them. If you have somebody who's like the son of the chief of police in somewhere like Japan, like think about it, the amount of like crimes he must
Yeah,
have seen, the
every day.
unsolved murders,
It's
the
true.
rapes, the whatnot. So his sense of justice was ingrained. If you think about it, under those kind of circumstances, it's not surprising he had to knock off that one guy to
Alright,
test
cool. Maybe my question should have been, when did he turn evil?
it. When he started scribbling them names and crossing
So,
them out,
still
that
episode
scene,
one.
That
agree,
scene,
once you
he
kill
went
someone,
wild.
you're evil.
No. Once you kill someone, you're bad.
but he went
Evil.
evil when he was
Yeah,
like,
you're bad. When you
Evil,
kill
yeah,
someone,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
bad. But
he
when
went
you turn
fully evil when he was like, listen, this will be the new world order. Then he
Oh,
was a
word.
That was
lost
from
cause.
episode
innit?
1, no?
Yeah,
It's going to be the
but-
beginning of a
No?
new world.
No.
Episode 1.
Yeah, but that was further into episode 1. At the beginning,
Episode 1. Look at the argument. That's further into episode 1.
there's a specific time, fam, where you can literally tell
Alright,
he
say
lost
no
the
more.
plot. But anyways,
I could see
that's
that.
my
as being-
opinion.
I think I think it
little
was a
plot
good plot
twist.
twist because like
was nice.
we weren't expecting it,
Yeah.
and like at that point you would think like one, and then you were just like, what's next now?
Yeah, then
You
they
know,
brought
like
Nero.
in a sense, yeah, he beat the guy that he was not fighting with, but tactically like battling with for however long. And
Do
then
you really win if you die to achieve it? Like, I don't know. That
Yeah.
was just
what if Light died?
L. Like, did he
Oh.
did he really win like the Battle of Wits in the end? I mean, they caught Light
Yeah.
and everything, but
Yeah.
do you really win if you die to achieve the objective?
What?
Like, I don't know.
You win, you lose, fam. You win, you win, you lose.
You win, you-
If you die, you lose.
Yeah.
If you think
Depends
about
how you
it,
look at
though,
but
he did accomplish like the main aim of the investigation, which was to find and arrest Kira. He did do it. It's just he had to set it up
You have to
so that
sacrifice
his
yourself.
successor
Yeah.
got the
Got it
job
done,
done.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
technically,
that's not him then. He
technically
lost.
L won because it's his entire mastermind plan carried out to the finish. He just wasn't alive to see it. But can you count it as a win if you
No,
die?
no. Because
I
if
would.
if he successes, so for example, you could argue that L is so smart that he knew that his successors would be able to accomplish the goal, but then it's now reliant on the successors. So it's the successors' accomplishment, not L's.
But if you think about it, he might consider like his own loss of life an acceptable margin of error in this entire thing. So to him, it might be a win. I just don't know if to the rest of the world, you dying to achieve a goal.
I think it's almost like Martin Luther King died, yeah,
Yeah,
and that gave birth to, let's say, Kaepernick,
yeah.
and let's say Kaepernick completely destroys this whole racism thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
whose win is it? Martin Luther King's win or Kaepernick's win?
It's
win
a
for both.
joint.
No,
I'm not gonna lie, it's
But
a joint credit.
whose win is it though?
It's still joint
Martin
credit
can still say he wins.
because
He
one
can still
wouldn't
say
have
he
won
wins.
without the
No.
other.
Because he.
Mine can't say he wins. Isn't it? We can. No, he's
Do
dead.
you know why he can say he wins? It's like
He birthed the ideology.
he wants to get rid of racism.
Yeah,
Okay.
Even if he dies, if racism gets rid of because
No,
he
no, no,
sparked
no,
the
no,
next
but what
scene.
I'm
that's
saying
an
is
acceptable cost.
It's
basically,
it's
for
Kaepernick
him.
that wins because Kaepernick's the person that made it
Yeah.
happen.
Two
Yeah,
things can be
but
true,
the
bro.
thing is,
Kaepernick
though-
wins, but so does he.
Exactly, because in your scenario, it wouldn't be possible
But-
for
but
Kaepernick
your
to
que-
fight
but
the
your
fight he's
question
fighting without
about-
Martin making that sacrifice.
Undisputable. Yeah. But your question, I think your statement was that
Is
even
it a
though
win if
L
you die
died,
to
L
achieve it?
wanted to capture Light and put him in prison. L wanted to do that. But
Well-
L didn't do that. His successors did.
He wanted Light to be captured. It didn't
He did capture.
necessarily
He
have
did
to
capture
be
Light
him.
though.
Captured and actually like point the finger at him like you are hero. It just didn't have to be him in the end. Ended up
All right,
being-
cool viewers. You let us
Okay,
know on
yeah,
that one,
guys,
innit? Whether you think
we-
ultimately
this is gonna go around in
L
circles.
gets the win or he gets the loss for
Yeah.
like ultimately falling.
I want to give one more shout out to when Berto and Reina were exposed in
Oh.
Attack on Titan.
Oh.
That
Jeez,
was
that was-
mad. Like
yeah,
I think that
was-
was like I was fuming.
Is that
Yeah.
blonde hair?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that one.
Right,
you know,
right.
on the wall,
Yeah.
and then they turn into the colossal titan and the
So disrespectful,
and the armor
man.
titan. That was mad. Like, I couldn't
mad.
believe it. I actually felt every pain Aaron was going through.
You know,
my
my little
boys.
sister gave me
You
the
guys are my
spoiler.
boys.
You know, my little sister gave me the spoiler, and then I watched it, and I still felt the disrespect. I was like, what is this?
That's
I couldn't
crazy.
believe it.
knew.
That was a mad.
Right.
Like, I think
Yeah.
that scene was.
I think you're right. You're right for that one still.
Yeah, that was a crazy scene in Attack on Titan. Still,
Oh my days.
More.
That the whole Attack on Titan was a plot twist, fam.
Yeah,
Even
it's
seeing
true.
them, seeing them in the wall, fam.
The wall. I was about
Even
in
the
the
wall.
wall.
End of
Crazy.
season 1.
yeah, true.
Word. Cool. So I guess it's my plot twist. Mine was gonna be from Bleach. So I feel like it's a slept on one still. I feel like it gets kind of overlooked, but I don't know if that's just me because I remember it. But it was basically it's with Aizen. So to become a captain, do you remember requirements that you become a captain in Bleach?
Refresh us.
Okay, cool. To become a captain, you either need to defeat a current captain,
Oh yeah.
or you need to show your bankai to at least 2 other captains, and they verify you.
Yeah.
I could be wrong even with this, but I know one of them is to death or defeat another captain.
Zaraki. Or Kenpachi.
Yeah, Kenpachi did that.
Yeah, that's how he
'cause
became
hasn't got a
captain
bankai.
of Squad
Yeah,
11.
you remember.
Yeah.
Cool. But I think with Aizen, he defeated another captain in front of the whole Soul Society. Yeah, so everyone was watching. Yamamoto, the other captains, literally all the lower class,
Shunsui, all of them.
everyone was watching. So what he did was he opened up his Shikai. And with Aizen, once you see his Shikai,
You're under the illusion.
you can never beat him again. Like, it's done. So he's using his promotion of a captain to defeat the whole Soul Society.
to
in
put
that
them
moment.
under the illusion.
Yeah,
The
and
guy
it's like-
was just.
and this is my appreciation of Aizen. He's 10 steps.
Urahara though, innit?
Urahara may not have been there. No, Urahara was there before him. Actually, no.
I don't think Urahara.
No,
was
you're
there.
right. You're right. Probably Urahara may not have been there.
I
Not
don't
too
think
sure.
he was there.
I think
Maybe-
he was the
maybe.
only one that could have actually.
No, Ichigo was the only one. I know.
And
I remember
Urahara,
that.
no?
Urahara
Urahara's
eventually.
a special one. He's a special one.
I think he eventually saw it. So
No,
that knocked him
Urahara,
out.
because Aizen used to be under Urahara. Remember?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he's
'Cause
Urahara
Urahara
must
used
have
to-
seen.
Urahara
his
was the
Shikai.
captain of Squad 12,
Exactly.
remember? The experimentation division.
Yeah.
So he must have seen it.
Must have. Yeah, you're right. He must have.
It's just he
'Cause I
found
remember-
out about what his Shikai was,
Yeah,
but then he
because-
was unable to combat it because he's already under the illusion.
Yeah, that
technically.
coincides with the plot because what I was getting to was everyone's seen it
Yeah.
except for Ichigo,
Yeah.
and that's why. And obviously that was the plot twist. No one can beat Aizen because you're already under this illusion from
Yeah.
1,000 years ago,
Yeah.
or however many years ago he did it, except for Ichigo because he wasn't in Soul Society. So
Can I even plan my money to find out if I have enough to buy Indomie next
Yeah.
month? And this guy's set up
That
like
man's set
a
up
1,000
for
years in
awesome.
advance.
Aizen and his plot twists are just too calculated, man. Even how he got defeated to this day,
Mhm.
it's a little bit BS, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, because
Is
I'm
what
not
it
gonna
is.
lie. In
Think
real
calculate
life,
that.
he would have just murked everyone.
Word. So okay, so what did I say beginning? Okay, I said we'll all stay ours, and then I guess we'll all just have to vote for who you think's the best one.
Because I said Bleach. And I was
Yeah,
literally
he
the
said
same
Bleach,
one.
didn't
I was
he?
actually
Yeah, no,
going to say.
but you took the Blackbeard one, no? Because I said to you.
I'm not up to date, so I can't really support that.
Oh,
to
say
be
no
fair,
more,
innit?
say no more, say no more.
But as far as one of the biggest ones, I thought you would have said Toby, fam.
No,
Obito.
I feel like it's big, but
Mad
the
bro, fam.
appreciation of Aizen, that this move is crazy. He's hidden it within his promotion, and now no one can touch him. And the thing is, you're not even aware that he's doing it. You just think, this is some rookie coming up the ranks, not knowing he's probably.
But that's not necessarily plot twist per se.
Oh, it is. The plot twist is no one can beat him apart from Ichigo unless you've seen his Bankai. Sorry, his Shikai. That's a plot twist.
Because imagine you
But
have
the plot-
all these
but the
captains
plot
who
went
are
that exact
centuries
way,
old, and
so
you're
it's
not
like
an
a
accident.
human boy.
Who beat who beat him? It was Ichigo. And the
Yeah,
fact
but
Aizen
that's the
versus
plot
Ichigo,
twist. Ichigo's the only one that can. Do you get what I'm trying to
but
say?
he did. The plot twist would have been
No,
if
but
you
you're
realise that
okay,
Ichigo's the only
okay.
person that can. The plot twist is someone else does it. And it's like, oh, why can they? do it?
no, because it's like, how do I explain it? It's like
It's like
at the time you're watching,
yeah.
Because you think Yamamoto can still body him at this time.
Yeah.
You think the other captains can deal with him,
Mm.
but then you find this out, you're like, oh, raw. Even Yamamoto can't do anything.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, plot twist.
I thought Yamamoto. Yeah, it's true. Because
So-
even when Yamamoto touched the blade, it's like I touch the blade, I know it's the real you type shit.
Yeah. So, bro, it was mad, man. And my appreciation for it was just a calculation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Word.
definitely.
For me, I think the Madro calculation is probably a bit better than Aizen's one because Madro's calculation was calculating from years. I don't know how many thousands, probably
Madara.
1,000.
Uchiha Madara.
Do you mean
Uchiha
Black Zetsu or?
Do you mean Black Zetsu or?
Yeah. Do you
Oh
mean
no,
Madara?
Madra's Black Zetsu's one. I feel like that one was a spin-off Madra's one. So you could easily say Black Zetsu after Madara.
Wait, Dams, I don't think you understand the story, you know?
Because
You know,
Black
Mad-
Zetsu
Madara-
played all.
You know, Madara coming back was it was a mistake.
On whose part?
What do you mean on whose part?
Is it
As in, okay,
What do you mean
I have
mistake?
to explain this.
So if Madara
do you
never
remember, I
came
think I've
back,
said this to you before. Do you remember, have you seen the scene where Madara comes back alive?
with Obito?
No, when he's reincarnated from the Edo Tensei.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember? Because this is what I don't think people understood. When Madara came back, yeah, he was mad confused. Do you remember this?
Mm.
Like Madara's like, why am I here? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it throws off so many people because they don't understand. Madara and Obito, they don't fuck with each other. They like, but people think is Madara's overall plan. Nah, Kabuto fucks shit up, or Orochimaru fucks shit up because he found Madara's body. And that's why Kabuto brought him back, not Obito.
Yeah.
Because Kabuto's a different entity.
So it was Black Zetsu that saved Obito, not Madara.
No, the person that saved Madara was Zetsu, but under Madara's command. Do you get it? But basically, Obito got to an age, yeah, where he was like, fuck Madara, I'm going to do my own thing. And then Kabuto fucks it all up by bringing Madara back. Do you get it? That's why Obito stole the 10,000 Jinchuriki for himself.
Yeah. Yeah. But where I'm confused right now, innit?
Mhm.
Honestly, you're the real head is where Obito's about to die,
Okay.
and you have the old Madara there.
Wait, Obito's about to die, you mean back when Minato was the Hokage?
Yeah.
Or wasn't Hokage, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back then.
Yeah, you've got the old Madara there.
Alright, cool. And this new Madara that has been resurrected with by Kabuto.
That's Madara Uchiha.
Cool. So are they the same Madara, the old brother
Yes. And
And-
the younger brother.
and
Yes.
the younger brother?
Yes.
So it's just the old brother's now gone to the younger brother's body.
Yes.
But the old brother wasn't even dead though. That's what I'm trying to say. So where are you resurrecting him from?
No, he was dead.
So after he saved Obito, he died.
Yes.
Oh, was it shown?
Yeah.
When? Where?
What do
That's
you
what I
mean?
might have missed.
Okay, cool. I think that's what you might miss. Basically, he dies after Obito, so he helps recover him.
Yeah, helps
recoup
recover
him and whatnot.
Obito and says,
And
"I'm
then
gonna need
he's got
you."
his Renegan, yeah,
Yeah.
the old brother. Then he goes to find Pain and gives it to Pain as a kid. So that's how Nagato's got the Renegan.
Renningun, yo.
Yeah, 'cause he-
right, blood.
yeah. And then
Yo,
after that,
you're
bro,
hard, fam.
gee, so then after that, yeah.
You know what? That's the biggest puzzle that I've
that you
been
didn't
missing
understand.
in the
Bro,
whole of
that's-
Naruto.
'cause,
You
bro,
know,
when we're arguing, yeah, I'm always like, you don't get it.
bro, that's
Do
the
you know what I
biggest
mean?
thing I've missed,
Yeah, so Nagato had a Renegan as a kid because Madara gave it to him.
bro. Because I think I even asked you like, how do you unlock Renningun?
Yeah.
And I know you
need
could
to
have
be an
unlocked it from a
Uchiha.
different, different version of
Yeah.
I was like, how does Pain have it then?
Because Madara gave it to him.
That's what I was missing,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yo,
Okay, so answer me this question. So if Madara never came back, would Black Zetsu have just overtaken Obito straight?
Yes.
And turned to Kaguya.
And this
Oh
is what
my
Zetsu would have just.
days.
Zetsu's waiting. Zetsu sees two potentials. Obito
yeah,
and Madara.
yeah, word.
So
Yeah.
one-
He's
it's
waiting.
a fail safe now.
Yeah. And he's. Bro, this is what people don't understand. Obito and Madara, they don't like each other. I was confused when Madara was alive. I was thinking, why is he so confused? And then he looks into his top. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember Edo Tensei, how it works. Yeah, it
Oh,
brings you back
no.
as you die. Do you remember? Like, do you know what I mean?
The
Yeah.
time that you die.
Yeah, but remember, Madara died as an old man.
Mm.
So why is he not coming back as an old man?
Because
Because
of the cells from
Because
Wow.
Hashirama.
Orochimaru's perfected the jutsu
Oh,
to a
yeah.
higher standard.
Oh, it's mad.
Do you get what I mean? So when you're seeing this, you're thinking like, what is going on?
See,
You're
now
very
I
confused.
gotta think about this now. It's too much to take in, fam.
G.
Tell me,
That's mad.
I think Naruto has the biggest plot twist.
I think I've got
It may
one
be.
more to add to the pot still.
Go
Have
on.
you guys watched Fate Stay Night?
I haven't finished it.
You haven't finished it. I don't know if this is spoilers for you guys, so I'm just saying this right now. The hero of Fate Stay Night is Shiro Emiya,
No.
the redheaded guy. If you guys have watched it
Yeah.
or you've seen it, you'll know Shiro Emiya. He's a shit magician, can't do anything apart from, I think it's tracing is his number one ability, and so he goes through the whole series just getting repeatedly smashed into the ground, gets back up again with this one ability to like fake create objects from his mind. That's it. He can't do like the massive spells, their version of Shinra Tensei, none of that. That's his only ability. This other guy who has been reincarnated, so if you do a sufficiently legendary deed, when you die you go to the throne of heroes, and you get summoned into this death match that happens like every 50 years or so for the Holy Grail. So it's the Holy Grail War. In Fate Stay Night, it's the 5th Holy Grail War, and one of the heroic spirits summoned is Archer. At some point, it's revealed that Archer is Shiro from an alternate timeline where he died and basically got enslaved by the planet.
Oh yeah, those timeline twists, they're just like
Yeah.
But come on, that's a newbie twist though. Come
No,
on,
no,
man.
no,
Timeline
no.
is like
No, because deep.
Trunks. How are you Trunks? Do you know what I mean? It's just a base.
No,
you know
no,
what I mean? Back and forth.
because deep it his entire reason for like living and existing. Because if you remember, his entire family is dead. The only person he knows is like Kitsurugi, who found him when he was like 5, had no memory, no family, in the middle of the fire. So his whole reason for existing was to save people, as Kitsurugi saved him.
Yeah.
That's his whole reason for existing, to help other people, to the point where Rin calls him distorted. So when he dies, he basically says to the planet, I want to continue this legacy. They say, are you sure? She says, all right, I'm gonna grant this for you, but you may regret it. So instead of him saving people, effectively what he has to do is kill everybody every single time there's a massive disaster. He's going around killing people, wiping out the evidence, saving people according to the planet. So after centuries of him doing this, he's basically like, I can't do this anymore. He wants to kill himself, but he can't because he's been enslaved. He's a heroic spirit now. He literally can't die. So what he does is he sends back an alternate version of himself to kill himself before he can be enslaved by the planet. And when you find out that he's another version of himself, and that's why he's constantly trying to kill Shiro, it was like, oh shit. Like, what do you do? What do you actually do to avoid this person if they're you from another alternate timeline who effectively will know everything that you could ever do to combat them? It was mad. It blew my mind.
I think I'm after. How many episodes is that?
What anime is that?
Fate Stay Night. The original one is like 26 episodes, and then there's Unlimited Blade Works. When you get to like Acrophia and all the rest of that, it's not really necessary. I would just say watch Fate Stay Night and then Unlimited Blade Works. But yeah, it's good. Genuinely, it's good.
Cool. So to wrap this up, then we'll just kind of vote for. Obviously, you can't vote for your own one, but yeah, just vote for another one, and then obviously the viewers as well. You just let us know who you thought had the best plot twist, or even let us know your own ones.
Yeah.
And then and state your reason why.
Message us, tweet us, put #animates in there, and tell us like your favorite plot twists.
Say no more. Should I start with the voting then?
No, I think the best one I heard today had to come from Sam's little snippet of Attack on Titan, fam. Crazy.
That was a mad one, isn't it? I slightly think I won too, mate.
You can't vote for yourself, man.
Oh, yeah. I vote for TJ. I'm joking. But, what was the ones I heard today? The Aizen one, that was a good one. But I did like the Naruto one. So who's that one? Big Murks?
I'd take Naruto, because I didn't officially say One Piece.
Yeah, even though I explained it all, but yeah.
man took the whole credit.
That's cool, bro.
You explain One Piece.
I explain both. I explained the Blackbeard.
No, I can't take your
But it's calm,
explanation
no,
on One
calm,
Piece. You know what I
bro,
mean? Because
it's calm.
you're not a
Man.
One Piece head, bro.
I know more than you, bro.
You're up to date. You don't know more than me, bro. You think you know more than me on One Piece?
Alright, guys,
Bro,
guys,
maybe
let's
we
keep
need
this
to have
civil.
Maybe we need to have a One Piece off.
Let's keep
Gee,
this civil. We can
when it
argue
comes
this
to
after.
Bleach, Naruto, One Piece,
You body me on One Piece.
bro,
Man's
no one knows
Oh,
more
shit,
than
all
me.
of them.
I've never claimed to know Naruto because I feel like because of the amount of fillers, I miss so much, and I don't even know if Madara giving Pain the I was filler or canon. Was that canon?
That's canon, G.
See, I didn't even know. So
But so who Who do you vote for, Ads?
It's a tie between Aizen, because that was just that Aizen just in general just fucks you up. So Aizen, and I feel like I have to give it to that Attack on Titan plot twist, because it got spoiled for me, and I was still in shock when I saw it. You know what? Nah,
That's just
Attack
a
on Titan.
crazy flip,
I'll give it to
man.
Attack on
That
Titan.
was a
And the
mad
way-
one, isn't
I
it?
feel like the way that Attack on Titan does it
What
is
season was
it's
that?
so
Season
dramatic.
2?
Right.
It was
Everything
season
they
2, right?
do is
Right.
so dramatic, and then for them to just hit you with that,
Yeah,
You know what's mad about it as well is that like it was the build up to it. It's the way that
oh, phenomenal.
it was like
Mm-hmm.
okay, they had bagged Danny, and then they were just like, oh, everyone was in shock, like
Yeah.
Annie,
Yeah.
one of our mates, and then those guys were just like,
Psych.
yeah, they were just
What's
like,
going on?
yeah, they were like, and do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember what gave it away for me? Like, I don't know if a lot of people remember this. Do you remember? You know Munir, right? I think her name's Munir. You know the girl and the other Titan, Ymir.
Yeah.
You-
The
do
one
you know
who's
Ymir?
obsessed with Historia.
Yeah,
I
she's
know.
obsessed with Historia. And then she read something in a sacred language, and then Bertolt was like, how did you know what that is? I don't. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
like it was
yeah.
a little scene. Like I don't think it was before. It was before she first turned into a Titan, and then she must have read something that is in a sacred language, and he was like, "How do you know what that means?" And obviously he knew what it means as well because he can read it as well. And then she was just like, she made up an excuse. And then like when I then saw that they turned into the Titans, you look back at that scene and you're like,
They
It-
gave you
it
the
makes
sliest
sense.
of
Yeah, it
breadcrumbs,
makes
and then they
sense.
just yeah.
it makes sense. like,
KB, what are you saying?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen Attack on Titan season 2, innit,
what?
bro? So it's like, yeah, I know, plot twist.
That
I
wins
did.
plot
So
twist.
I would vote for it, but I don't really. Do you know what I mean?
You haven't watched it.
But no, Ads. I feel like the one that you said, with the whole different timelines, and then you're fighting yourself, basically,
Yeah.
more or less. That
That-
sounds a bit.
Like, what do you
Yeah,
do?
it's like despair kind of. So I'll probably say that was
Fate's Day Night.
that was a mad one. Yeah.
Fam.
But yeah, listeners, you let us know
Yep.
who you thought had the biggest plot twist, and even give us a better one if you have one.
Definitely.
Or she One Piece
Yeah.
is still on the table, innit? Don't get it twisted. Just because I'm not up to date doesn't mean it's not on the table. One Piece is still on the table. So if you think that's number one, there you go.
Cool. So yeah, man, follow the socials.
You're
keep
gonna have
sharing,
the One
keep
Piece stands
retweeting.
coming out to rep their
And yeah,
thing.
that's been another episode of the Animates podcast.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for listening. Peace. Please follow our socials. Our Twitter account is @animates_. The Instagram account is animatestv. And if you just go to those pages, it'll direct you to the Facebook page, the SoundCloud, the Spotify, and the iTunes. So whichever platform is convenient for you, just go straight there and listen to it. And also, if I could just ask you for one more favor, if you could just go over to iTunes and just rate the podcast. It takes literally only 30 seconds, but what it does, it helps get the podcast in front of more anime people who are anime heads like yourselves to increase anime discussions and grow the community. Thanks in advance for doing that. Tune in next time.